When you look down Glencoe, you wonder how it could ever have been the location of such bloody slaughter. Of course, we know whose idea it was. But do you know what happened to him after the massacre? If you're interested in the people, places and events in Scottish history, then click the subscribe button at the bottom right of the screen. Give me your feedback in the comments section, and if you enjoy the video, a thumbs up and a share with others like you. In the meantime, let me tell you a story. The Massacre of Glencoe takes a disproportionate place in our nation's psyche compared to the body count of many other bloody events in our history. That's possibly because of the cold-blooded cynicism of it, the pre-prepared slaughter of those from whose hospitality you benefit. It was a hard-nosed plan concocted not by Campbells in Argyll or Glenlyon, but many miles away by John Dalrymple, Secretary of State for Scotland. Today, I'm taking you to the Bothy Bar in Glencoe's famous Clackagan to ask, after the massacre, what happened to its architect, John Dalrymple? Maybe I should give you a bit of background to John Dalrymple, the master of Stair. He was an ambitious lawyer and politician, just like his father before him. Both had fallen foul of the ruling regime of James VII of Scotland and II of England, who'd sought to impose himself on Presbyterian Covenanters in the killing times. Now, whilst Daddy Dalrymple had fled to the continent, John toughed it out. But he spent 2 terms in the toll booth in Edinburgh for his leniency towards his Covenanting tenants. If you want more details of those Covenanting times, then come back and click the link top right for some videos that I've done on the subject. But when the political wind blew right, Dalrymple managed to ingratiate himself to James and show tolerance to Catholics as well. Was that because of a rational aversion to bigotry? Or was it due to the big bag of cash he brought back from his meeting with James in London? I'll leave you to decide. Maybe the fact that he started to clamp down on Presbyterian conventicles and field preachers gives us a wee clue. One of his peers said of him, he was false and cruel, covetous and imperious, altogether destitute of the sacred ties of honour, loyalty, justice and gratitude. And lastly, a man of very great parts, else he could never have perpetrated so much wickedness. Another said, had a judgment of his inside been taken from his outside, he might well enough had passed for that of which he was the least. Yeah, I've no idea what that means either. Suffice to say that when William of Orange invaded the south of England in 1688, Dalrymple dropped James like a hot tatty and pushed through the decision to offer the crown of Scotland to William and his wife, James's daughter Mary. So, on that May afternoon in 1689, when he, along with 2 other parliamentarians, went south to offer the crown of Scotland in return for sworn coronation oaths, he had neither Jacobite nor Presbyterian friends. There may be trouble ahead. Now, if you've been watching my videos, then you'll know that I'm taking an intimate group on an 11-day tour around Scotland in April. Now, whilst the majority of the places are taken, there's still room to squeeze in a couple more who want to come with me on a fabulous trip from the Isle of Skye to Hadrian's Wall with great hotels, full board, and a visit with Lord Bruce, the hugely entertaining descendant of our warrior King Robert. John Dalrymple probably saw little need for friends. Ambition was his closest comrade. And wheedling his way into influence with the new king, he was soon joint Secretary of State for Scotland. So what happened after the massacre was carried out in this glen on behalf of King William? When the word of the Glencoe massacre came out through French newspapers, ordinary people were rightly appalled. Jacobite opponents and Dalrymple's political competitors were even more appalled. I'll tell you who was more appalled than anyone. The guy with whom Dalrymple jointly shared the role as Secretary of State. He was horrified. Not at the idea that this den of thieves should be extirpated. No. But that Dalrymple hadn't been hung for the crime of murder under trust. His name was James Johnson of Warriston. He gathered reports, collected evidence, prodded both Queen Mary and the Scottish Parliament for an inquiry into this foul business. In the spring of 1695, just before Parliament could launch an investigation, King William decided that he'd appoint a commission to investigate himself. In the meantime, it was probably best that Dalrymple be suspended from duties. I mean, optics. The Commission's report exonerated William completely. You see, when William signed an order to extirpate the MacDonalds of Glencoe, extirpate meant give a stern talking to, a slap in the wrist, issue a fine, tops. Extirpate didn't mean wipe them from the face of the earth. What dictionary are you using? Now, when the Scottish Parliament got their opportunity to go through the report, don't misunderstand us. The King wouldn't be held responsible, but Stair. It was clear that he had known the MacDonalds had signed their submission. It was clear that he'd exceeded his orders of a slap in the wrist, that the King's weren't required. It was clear that he'd acted with a great deal of zeal as a thing acceptable and of public use. It was clear that afterwards he'd show no remorse when he said, "All I regret is that any of the sept got away." The motion was put to Parliament. The only one of Stair's friends who sought to speak on his behalf was Argyll, the man who raised the murdering regiment. Any other allies chose to abstain. The vote was carried. Stair was guilty. He had exceeded the King's instructions and caused the destruction of the Glencoe men, women and children. Of course, what they were really finding Dalrymple guilty of was lack of Presbyterian zeal, overriding ambition, cynical manipulation, imperious power, and snubbing them politically. I'm sure most of them agreed that the MacDonalds needed brought down a peg or two. But so did Dalrymple. But not only had Dalrymple been suspended, he'd been awarded additional benefits and rental incomes from King William. So he was happy to retreat to his Ayrshire estates, even happy to leave his seat in Parliament empty in the meantime. All this time, people were waiting. It was looking like William wasn't keen to take any further action. Eventually, the members of the Scots Privy Council in England were summoned to Kensington. William told them that the massacre had filled him with horror. It was a terrible affair, and it had lain very near his heart for a long time. But there was little that he could have done, since he'd known nothing about it until 18 months after the slaughter. Aye, right. Likewise, Dalrymple, the Viscount of Stair, had been the Secretary of State many 100 miles distant in London at the time. He could have had no knowledge of the fact, or he certainly couldn't have had a hand in the barbarous manner of the execution. In March 1702, William died. His sister-in-law, Princess Anne, the second daughter of James II, became queen. She had no need to feel guilty or remorseful, or for that matter, sympathy for the supporters of her late father. She brought Stair back to the Privy Council and then raised him to an earl. He was made one of the Scottish commissioners to negotiate the Treaty of Union. He was back in the game. Having fulfilled his role down south, he then came back to drive the Acts of Union through, bringing an end to the Scottish Parliament that had found him culpable for Glencoe those years before. On the 7th of January 1707, after a long day's debate on the crucial clause that decided how many Scottish MPs would sit in the Westminster Parliament, he got home late and went to bed. He never woke again to hear the accusation of Glencoe or being one of such a parcel of rogues in a nation. That's what happened to the man who was blamed for the Glencoe massacre. But what about the man for whom it was done? If you want to know what happened to William after Glencoe, then there are some surprises in the video coming up on screen now. Support the channel by clicking top right to become a Patreon member, or buy me some chips in the description below. In the meantime, Hammy and Dochus can be Lama life. Sherry and Rasta. There's no salt.